What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and today we're going to be talking about Rick and Morty Season 5, Episode 1 and 2 on Dorks and Movie Minute. It's a little late on these, but I've been wanting to talk about Rick and Morty on this channel for a long time. I've been an avid fan since Season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 4 was the weakest of all of them for me personally, but I definitely see Rick and Morty getting back on track with Season 5. And with Episode 1 titled Mort Dinner, Rick Andre, we start off with a side story of, it's two B stories coming together to make one whole story for this first episode of Season 5. We got Rick, who is getting visited by Nimbus, his rival from the sea, which they cannot land in the sea for whatever reason, and we've never seen a sea-based episode besides the Rick Mantis mix-up. They end up crashing in the sea. Nimbus shows up, and Rick's like, oh, we gotta get out of here. Nimbus follows them home and is like, did you land in the sea or whatever? You know, you can't do that. And one of the funniest jokes of this whole season has happened so far in Episode 1. Rick said something about Nimbus controls the cops, and Jerry's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. How does he control the cops? And then Nimbus has the cops show up, beat the crap out of Jerry, start kissing, and then leave. And Jerry's like, okay, he controls the cops. I understand that now. And it's one of the funniest jokes that comes back later on at the end of the episode. Hilarious. Nimbus, as a character himself, somehow has ties to Rick's, somehow with his past wife and stuff like that. So we have no idea what that past is, but they do allude to it. It's about Rick and Nimbus kind of having this dinner and catching up, while Morty kind of has to be at Rick's beck and call with this wine for Nimbus to impress him. Then they got the B story of Morty, who Rick throws this wine through a portal so it can age up, and all Morty has to do is go get the wine and come back and deliver it to Nimbus and Rick whenever they need it. But Jessica shows up at Morty's house, which we've never seen before, and she's showing an interest in Morty finally. And she says, whoa, some wine. She wants some wine, so Morty's going to press her and bring 2 bottles of wine, one for Rick, one for them. He goes in there, something happens, he brings the old guy back who helps him carry the second bottle of wine. He ends up giving it to the old man. Which then the old man goes back in time, which is like a moose, I wouldn't say old man, but an old moose person, or a cow person, goes back in time, and it's been like ages since he's left, and his family's aged up, and they're mad at him, and his son kills him, and all this drama pursues. So every time Morty goes through that portal, massive amount of time is passed on the other side, and this universe is growing at a rapid rate because of whatever Morty's leaving behind or messing up in the process. Then we get a couple of back and forths of Morty going there and back and forth of getting beat up and not getting beat up and coming back with weapons, beating them up, and then they come back stronger to fight him. Back and forth the whole episode. We finally get it where Morty freaks out, kills them all, gets the wine, comes back, but now this time Jessica's stuck over there. Jessica gets stuck in a time prism. She becomes this Time Lord. She's there for eternity before Morty comes through and saves her. Then Jessica wants nothing to do with Morty because she's seen a greater power than him. So she's kind of done with Morty for the foreseeable future at this point in time. But Nimbus ends up saving them from that time period because they're stuck there while they're trying to save Jessica. Morty, Rick, and Jessica. Nimbus shows up dropping whales on them, proving his power completely. Then he ends up dropping them back off at home. And he's kind of done. He returns to the sea. But it's an awesome side character to have in the show. I hope he returns in future episodes. Very cool character, and I'd love to see him return. Another thing that happened, like I said, the cop issue is Summer ends up saying something about the cops, and Jerry's like, come on, man, he controls the cops, don't you know that? Ties perfectly into the end of the episode. Very awesome Season 1 episode. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Very solid episode for Season 5, Episode 1. Very, very solid episode. Now let's move on to Episode 2. This is the Mortiplicity. This was a whole episode of fake outs where you're following one family. They end up getting killed by another Smith family, who ends up getting killed by another Smith family, who ends up getting killed by another Smith family, so on and so forth through the whole episode, where you find out they are duplicates of duplicates of duplicates who are trying to X each other off so that there's only one family left. Very confusing episode, but it was a good episode for the writers specifically to make fun of the fans for, hey, you shouldn't have faith that any of these characters are the Smith family from the Season 1 or 2, or any of them that you know and love, because that's the point of the show. We hop time, we hop dimensions, we hop realities. So there's no telling where you're at in the spectrum of Rick and Morty characters and who you're actually following. So it was very intriguing to see that. Not much story development in this episode. We did get to see Space Beth a little bit at the end, but even then we don't know if it was our Space Beth or a different Space Beth. But yeah, so a whole lot going on in this episode, but not a whole lot that matters. But it was a fun little episode. I don't know if I'd rewatch this one as much as I would the Nimbus episode from season 1, or from episode 1 from season 5. But I would rewatch it. I would give this one a 6 out of 10. It's a solid episode, but not as solid as season 5. But I do have to say both of these episodes are way better than 90% of season 4's episodes were. I don't know why the writing was so bad, on season 4, but it seems to be up a scale completely. And I cannot wait to see what future episodes of Rick and Morty give us, coming with season 3, 4, episodes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. However many episodes they have this season, we will be covering them right here on Dorks Den. Let me know down below what you guys think of Rick and Morty Season 5, Episode 1 and 2. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, keep it right here on Dorks Den. I've been your host, Ghost. Adios, guys.